Happy fall, y'all, and welcome to Brunswick Biz on ATMC TV, Channel 3. I'm your host, Kat Newton. Brunswick County is full of spectacular and spooktacular events, so this month we find out what's going on with Indigo Farms, Community and Schools Thrift Shop, Grisset Town Longwood Fire and Rescue, and Old South Tour Company. Follow us as we connect Brunswick County one business at a time. Today we're at Indigo Farms. Here we are at Indigo Farms. I'm here with Sam Bellamy, one of the owners of the farm. And this is a really fun place. There's so much going on, so much to offer. So let's just start off by giving a little bit of background of you and your family who owns the farm and Indigo Farms.
Sure. The history goes back a long way, dating all the way back to 1766. But to speed forward real quick, my dad really wanted a farm, and so he started in 1947, and in 1976 he decided to drop the back and create this direct farm market.
Okay, great. Now, like I said earlier, there's so much offered. I mean, you've got everything from produce to plants to animals to just, in general, now that we're going into October, some Halloween things like pumpkins and stuff like that. So what all is offered here?
Well, if you came here this time of the year, it changes with the seasons, but if you came here this time of the year, you're going to see fall, you're going to see pumpkins, you're going to really see the farm atmosphere, especially in the barnyard area.
Right.
It really comes to life. And then plus there's all these seasonal things that are available, especially here in the garden center and in the produce.
Okay, great. Now, like we said, we're getting into the fall, so there's a lot going on at Indigo Farms. Now, tell us a little bit about the events that are coming up.
Okay, sure. Farm Heritage Day, usually the first Saturday in October, and Pumpkin Day, which is the third Saturday in October. This year, Pumpkin Day is the 15th. And those days are really neat. They're different. So if you wanted to hit both of them, it'd be great. Farm Heritage Day deals with a lot of exhibits, exhibitors who are really good at what they do, dealing with indigo dyeing, a lot of old crafts, basket weaving, spinning. There's some really neat people who know the history and are real treasures, and some of them have passed away, so it really makes it special to value the ones we have.
We're here at the Communities and Schools Thrift Shop in Sunset Beach. We wanted to put together a few creative Halloween costumes, so let's go inside and see what we can find. Now, we found some really great things and some really creative costumes. But before we get into all of that, we're going to talk a little bit about CIS, Communities and Schools, and the thrift shop in general. So we're here with Kimberly Bandera and Terry Little. Thanks, you guys, for letting us come out and being on the show.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Now, before we get into all the Halloween things, I want to know a little bit about CIS, the Communities and Schools. Can you both tell us your position in Communities and Schools?
Well, I'm the Marketing and Events Director, and I've been with Communities and Schools for 3.5 years now.
Wow, okay.
And I'm the Thrift Store Administrator.
Okay, great. Perfect. Well, that's wonderful. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Communities and Schools? What is the organization?
Well, we've been in Brunswick County for 16 years now. We're part of a national organization, and we're all about helping kids stay in school, connecting the community resources with the students who need them most.
Great. Well, that sounds like it really benefits Brunswick County. Can you tell us a little bit about the thrift shops and how they contribute to the organization?
Well, because we've had cuts in grants and other funding, the thrift stores have really added to our revenue stream, and that's what allows us to continue providing services.
Okay, so it does a lot for the organization.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. And what do you see CIS doing to Brunswick County? What has it done to benefit us as a community?
Well, we've got some great programs. We've got dropout prevention program called Action for Success, which really works one-on-one with students who are in need of additional help. We have our after-school program. We've got parenting education programs, teen court, peer court, and we train volunteers to help work in the schools with the kids.
Great. Well, it sounds like we do a lot with CIS, and they do a lot for Brunswick County, so it's really great to have such a great organization here in our community. So thanks for all you do. But can you tell us a little bit about this thrift store, and what, and just kind of in general, can people find here?
Well, this thrift store has been here for 2 years. Our anniversary sale is coming up on October 1st, so we're excited
great.
about that. The thrift store has clothing. We accept furniture, sporting goods equipment, pretty much lots and purses, shoes, housewares.
So kind of a wide
Just a
We got our Halloween costumes ready thanks to Town Longwood Fire and Rescue. So let's see what else they have to offer for Halloween. We're here with Chief Tal Grissett of Town Longwood Fire and Rescue. Thanks for letting us come out. We're excited to hear about your fire station, but specifically about this haunted trail that you guys have going on. So can you tell us a little bit about the haunted trail? How did you get the idea to start it, and why?
The trail started about 3 years ago. We used to do the turkey shoots and fundraising stuff through the fall, the price of meat, and the prizes got higher, as everybody knows, and shotgun shells, and people quit coming out. We had bad weather the last couple of years. People couldn't come out. So we had a meeting and decided, well, let's do a haunted trail. And it kind of spurred off from that meeting, and said, well, we threw the first one together in 30 days.
Wow.
And it's kind of just grown from that.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Now tell us, where does this money go that's raised through the haunted trail?
The money that is raised comes back to the fire department. It helps us buy supplies and equipment to serve the community better.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. So this trail is a benefit for this fire station.
Right, it helps us supplement our budget. It helps us buy things that can help the community, help the citizens. 'Cause we run first responders, so we're time replacing supplies and doing a rescue program and stuff. It helps.
Okay, so that's wonderful. So they can come out and have fun, but they're also benefiting and helping a really good cause as well. Right. So that's great. Now, you said you've been doing this for about 3 years. Can you tell us maybe some of the changes you've seen over 3 years from when you first started to where we are going to be now?
Well, we have more interest in the people wanting to come out and volunteer to help, put on the trail. The number of people who comes through our trail has gone up a lot. The first year we had 400 people. Last year we had 2,000 people.
My goodness.
So this year it's untelling how many we'll have.
Right. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the trail? If people are coming out for the first time, what might they expect to see or hear or everything?
Our trail is a guided tour through there. It takes 25 minutes to make it through the trail. They can see all the ghosts and goblins and everything you can expect, and some things you don't expect. And the props are all done in-house, and the mask and stuff that they wear, we do it in-house.
Wonderful. So you guys do it all from start to finish.
Right.
Great. Now, what is the cost to get into the haunted trail?
It's $7 this year. We try to keep the cost down, so we want people to come out and enjoy themselves. And we get our money back because it costs a little bit to buy some things we do.
Right.
But $7 per person.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I mean, that's a great price. I know there's some places around here that are way more than that. And I hear this is the best and that it's going to a great cause. That's wonderful. Right. Can you tell us now, saw something, y'all got some award for, I guess, pretty much how great you guys were. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're pretty honored last year. WWAY does a
I'm here with Katie Stewart from Old South Tour Company. We're here in Southport, and she probably looks familiar. We've had her on a past show before, and we really appreciate that. We had so many comments, and it was a wonderful show, so thank you for that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, what we wanted to come out here today to do is look more into your business and what it's all about and what you do every day. So, can you first start off by telling us what do you do and how did you get started in this such a unique business?
I actually do historic ghost walks. It's a way of making history a lot of fun and accessible to just about anybody in the family, whether it's the 65-year-old grandfather who's the history buff, or whether it's a 12-year-old boy who's less than stellar at social studies. It kind of is a way of preserving our oral history, tradition, and the great art of storytelling, and a little bit of history to boot. I actually started when I was a junior in college, just up the road at UNCW. I was actually a history major, and I've always been into history. I just decided somebody ought to be doing something similar to that in our area. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I realized I can do it. I put it together really quickly, talked to a lot of the folks in the community that have been here for eons of time, got some of their stories, and a lot of the research coming from sort of the thesis papers I was working on and archival sort of stuff.
Right.
Put together and set up sort of a route that was sort of easy for kind of any ability level to come take part of.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, that's a great story, a way to start your own business. So that's very successful. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the tour? I know you go to quite a few stops here in Southport. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yes. The tour itself is just about half a mile walk. So it's very leisurely, and it's all done by lantern lights. It begins at the Southport waterfront at Whittler's Bench. You'll see the Old South Tour Company sign, and you'll see me in the big Southern Belle black morning gown. I'm kind of hard to miss.
Right.
And then we take off, we go to Franklin Square, and we talk about its old name, the Grove. We'll cut through the back, and after the Grove, talk a little bit about our old schoolhouse, and even go through the Methodist Church, the Trinity United Methodist Church. And then the tour gets a little bit darker in content. We hit the old jail, and then my favorite, Old Smithville Burying Grounds from the 1700s. And then we kind of close up by coming down the waterfront, enjoying some of our salubrious breezes, and talk about the Brunswick Inn. And then we'll close down by the pier on the Southport waterfront, sort of where we started to begin with.
Thanks for joining us on this month's episode of Brunswick Biz, only on ATMC TV Channel 3. I'd like to thank Indigo Farms, Community and Schools Thrift Shop, Grissettown Longwood Fire and Rescue, and Old South Tour Company. If you have any questions about today's show or would like to see a business on our show, give us a call at 910-755-1770. Be sure to join us next month and have a safe and happy Halloween.